Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Alicia and today is a book review day. So today's book that we'll be reviewing is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L Armentrout. As I do with all of my book reviews, I always read the synopsis first. This one has been well known and well talked about, but I'm still going to read the synopsis and then I will get into my thoughts. So the synopsis reads, a maiden chosen from birth to usher in a new era. Poppy's life has never been her own. The life of the maiden is solitary, never to be touched, never to be looked upon, never to be spoken to, never to experience pleasure. Waiting for the day of her ascension, she would rather be with the guards, fighting back the evil that took her family, than preparing to be found worthy by the gods. But the choice has never been hers. A duty. The entire kingdom's future rests on Poppy's shoulders, something she's not even quite sure she wants for herself. Because a maiden has a heart and a soul, a longing, and when Hawk, a golden-eyed guard honor-bound to ensure her ascension, enters her life, destiny and duty become tangled with desire and need. He incites her anger, makes her question everything she believes in, and tempts her with the forbidden. A kingdom. Forsaken by the gods and feared by mortals, a fallen kingdom is rising once more, determined to take back what they believe is theirs through violence and vengeance. And as the shadow of those cursed draws closer, the line between what is forbidden and what is right becomes blurred. Poppy is not only on the verge of losing her heart and being found unworthy by the gods, but also her life when every blood-soaked thread that holds her world together begins to unravel. Well, let's get into this one. So let's talk about From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L Armentrout. I don't know if you can hear it, but there is a storm brewing, so I just heard some thunder outside. So let's do this quickly just in case the lights decide to flicker, because sometimes they do. But we're going to go ahead and talk about From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L Armentrout. Now, this is the first book in the From Blood and Ash series. I don't know how many books off the top of my head are in the series. I know of at least 4, maybe 5, maybe. And I know that there is also a spin-off series that is, I believe, in the same world. But I have only read this one so far. This one was intriguing. I didn't know what to expect going in. I really didn't, like, I read the synopsis, but I didn't read the synopsis. You know what I mean? Like, I read it and I was like, okay, everybody says there's this girl, she can't be touched, she can't be talked to, and for whatever reason, she has to stay as pure as possible until her ascension. My immediate question was, ascension to what? Like, is she going to become a god? And then she has to then say that they have to choose another maiden to be prepared for her ascension. But, so there was a lot of like, well, what about this? And what about that? And I was like, I didn't know going into this story. As I read through the story, there are some things that, I'm not gonna lie, like my emotions were just like, man, it was all over the place. Like, at one point I got mad because of Poppy's quote-unquote lessons, and like that in its entirety. Like, if she's not supposed to be touched, why are those lessons taking place? Because she's not supposed to be touched. She's not supposed to be spoken to. So I forget who it is. The Duke? Yeah, the Duke and the Dark One, I believe. those two in themselves have talked to her. The Duke is the one who gives her her lessons, and it's basically her getting punished. So she's being like spanked or hit in some way. So she's being talked to, she's being touched, and what does the synopsis say? She's never to be looked upon, never to be touched, never to be spoken to. She's not supposed to have any of these things, and yet the Duke is breaking all of the rules. I don't... If they are afraid of the gods and they are supposed to keep her pure to appease the gods until her ascension, why is he doing the things that he's doing? I don't get that. And I'm not gonna lie, when the Duke got what was coming to him, I was not sad in the least. So I won't exactly tell you what happened to the Duke. If you know, you know. If not, please read it, find out. It's a very interesting story. I kind of liked the whole forbidden love between Poppy and Hawk, I think his name is. Yeah, Hawk. Even though he's supposed to be a guard and he's now all of a sudden like in her, not possession, because he's not hers, and vice versa. Like he's now in, I guess, her presence. Like he's there to protect her, to keep her supposedly clean until her ascension, but things go awry and he starts to pick up on things that she does she's not supposed to do. And so it's a very interesting dynamic between these two, and the bickering and the comments between them. It's quite interesting to read all of that throughout the book, and I really want to know more about this world in the sense that, like, I have questions, like, what is the history behind I believe they were called the Atlanteans. Now, I don't know what, like, there's different mythical creatures, I will say, because there has been mention of certain paranormals without actually saying that they are a certain paranormal. I believe that there are vampires, maybe werewolves. I'm not 100% sure. But to me, it seems like there's vampires, there's werewolves, there's mortals. But when you say Atlantean to me, I think mermaids, like Atlantis, okay? I don't think it's that, though. So that threw me off a little bit, but I want to know more on why they think they can come back with a vengeance and get revenge on this kingdom, and why this kingdom is doing the things that they're doing. I have a lot of questions, which I hope will be answered in as I go through the series. This one, however, just in the beginning of Poppy's journey, there's a lot going on, there's a lot of questions to be answered, and I want to know more. And the ending for this book, like, I can't even express how I feel about it, because it was such a huge cliffhanger that I immediately wanted to go and dive into book 2, because you can't leave a book like that. Like, you can't end it like that and not have someone just go WTF. Like, what the fuck? I wanted to know so much more, and what was said in the end, and even what happened in the last few pages. I have to read book 2, and I will read book 2, because I have to know what happens. So But this one was a really good read. If I remember correctly, I believe I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I look forward to reading more, and I highly recommend that if you like the paranormal aspect of books, and I believe this is considered fantasy. Yes. It is fantasy. I would highly pick up this one because even though I don't even know if I can count it as, is it young adult? I don't think it is. I think it's, let me see. Let me see if it says, because I didn't think it was. It does not say. It does not say. I'm gonna say no because of some of the scenes that are in this one, and I believe there is like a pub or brothel type scene that Poppy doesn't interact with it, but she's more like walks around and observes the people in the scene. So but I will continue this series. I want to know more. I have to know more. And I highly recommend that you guys pick this one up. Well, that's all for me in this video, guys. If you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you know when new content is coming. And I will see you guys in my next video. Happy reading and bye!